Hello, this is Doc with the Church Hoppers. Today I want to introduce a lot about what church systems, what it relates to, and how vital it is to the actual strategic plan of any church is trying to reach out to its community. I'm going to go back to the scriptures and probably remind you of things that you already know. And the first thing is I will touch is when Moses went up on the mount and basically was acquiring the Ten Commandments, the children of Israel, what they were doing is they were down doing all the craziness. They were involved in idol worship. They were melting down their gold. They were basically creating idols because what they felt is that Moses, their leader, had abandoned them, and they had drawn a conclusion themselves that maybe God even had abandoned them. And so the system that Moses had established up to that point is what we would call an out-of-bounds system. It's where that anybody can say anything, do anything, and there's not any accountability to what people are doing. Well, after Moses came down, then he assessed what had happened, and he became very, very, very legalistic and even conservative. But in essence, he had the Ten Commandments with him. And what he ended up establishing then is the law, and what we would basically look at as a controlling system. That everything was built upon the law of God. And so we went from a polar opposite of being out of bounds to the other side, which simply put is that now we are controlling. Well, through time, Moses was trying to do everything. And what ended up happening, Jethro, his actually father-in-law, came to him and said, "Hey man, Moses, what you're doing is killing you." He said, you have to get other people involved. You've got to get some other people dealing with the minor issues of the children of Israel. Remember, they had grown, they were numerically larger, and Moses was still trying to do the same thing he had done all the months and years before. And he said, what you have to do is you've got to delegate some responsibility. You've got to give it to the people around you that you trust, some of your leaders. And you can deal with the larger things. But in essence, this became the delegating system. The value of the delegating system allowed this, quote, church, this group of people to continue to grow because it did not fall on one man. So how important is it in churches to really realize how the controlling system, the out-of-bounds system, and the delegating system, how they are functioning inside of a church? In many cases, pastors can't see it. Leaders can't see it. There is an image that goes on in church where you see that there's an image that is externally to the community that portrays a system. And then there is an internal system that's actually controlling the church in a lot of ways. And what has to happen is that most churches will operate in the gray area. Those churches that find success and continual growth, and that's spiritual growth, that's as well as numerical growth, they find it through delegating. It is giving responsibility to people and allowing them to evolve. The great thing about what God does with His church is that He wants it to grow. He wants it to mature. And there's a philosophy we have that we've learned from ETC, which basically we've adapted it into the Church Hoppers. It's a simple statement. People learn best by doing. And more people will find success through failure than they will without failure. So when you begin to find those leaders and delegate to them responsibility, be patient with them. But remember, God puts His Holy Spirit inside of them, and it allows them to evolve. I believe the Church Hoppers, we believe in you. Together, we're going to begin to invest our time in a weekly video to present to you to say that we can help you in your ministry to be better in every aspect of it, be well-rounded. The systems part of it is a very complex world, and I think more than anything, when we begin to look at church systems, we have to look at the emotional well-being of those people that are involved in the ministry. I hope you have a great day. Looking forward to be speaking to you next time. And may God bless you and thank you for all you do for the ministry and the gospel of Jesus Christ.